actually, do you want to watch the dub or the subbed version?
Dubbed, of course.
Subbed only.
But I want to focus on the visuals. And I really like these voice actors.
The performances of the original voice actors are better.
I never should have asked.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing great and I hope you all have been doing great too. When it comes to watching dub or sub in anime, it's one of those topics that we find in the anime community being debated constantly on which side is better, dub or sub. Pick a side and whichever side you choose, chances are you will encounter some random dude on the internet trying to convince you that his or her side is far superior to yours. Both sides have their own strengths and weaknesses, it's just that people don't want to accept their weaknesses and they will defend whichever side they are on to the dead, which I personally find that stupid. Dubbing can be a great option for viewers who prefer to watch anime in their native language as it allows them to follow the story without constantly having to read the subtitles. This can be particularly helpful during an intense fight scene where the viewer's attention is focused on the action. However, it's important to notice that the poorly translated script or voice acting can ruin the overall viewing experience. On the other hand, watching anime with subtitles can provide more authentic experience as it preserves the original voice acting and the language of the anime, which can be a great option for viewers who value the cultural authenticity and the immersion. However, some viewers may find it challenging to keep up with the subtitles or may not be familiar with the language, particularly if they are new to the anime. Ultimately, the decision between dub and sub comes down to personal preferences and viewing habits. Viewers should consider their language proficiency, the quality of the dub and sub options available, and their overall viewing experience when deciding which option to choose. As for my personal taste, I don't think one is better than the other. I enjoy both dub and sub. What matters the most to me is the overall quality of the voice acting and translation rather than the format itself. But sometimes I do have a habit whenever I start watching an anime in either dub or sub, I intend to finish it in that language that I started with. But sometimes I get too bored with waiting and just go with the flow of whatever I see. So long as I can kill time and be happy, that's what matters the most to me. So in the end, it all depends on my mood. However, it's also important for everyone to be aware about the existence of other kinds of people who enjoy causing chaos on others' preferences. It doesn't matter if it's dub or sub, so long as I can disrupt the peace of everyone around them, they are happy with it. You know what kind of people that I mean, right? Nevertheless, the dub versus sub debate is an intriguing topic that lacks a definitive answer. Again, it all comes down to personal preferences, the quality of voice acting, and the translation. We should all acknowledge and respect each other's preferences and also try our best not to take it too far in arguments. If you don't like dub, that is fine. If you don't like sub, that is fine too. Imagine living in a world where everyone watches dubs only or subs only. That would be so boring. That also means we wouldn't have known that stuff like this exists.
Como vivo el cáncer, no lo puedo dejar pasar.
Anyway, let me get to the most important part of this video. There's this anime that recently caught my attention and got me thinking, what if all animes were released with both high quality dub and sub version at the same time? Then this would make the dub versus sub debate meaningless, as for both sides would have access to equally excellent version of the anime. Unfortunately, this is unlikely to happen in the real world as people tend to have differing opinion and preferences leading to conflicts and debates. However, if it were possible to release both versions simultaneously, fans wouldn't have to wait and could enjoy their animes in their preferred language without any delays or arguments. In case you're wondering, the name of the anime is Tomo-chan is a girl and it got both dub and sub on the same day of which episode was released. Unless this one time, but I'm pretty sure it didn't happen on any legal streaming sites. If you know, then you know what I mean. The voice actors of this show did an amazing job with voicing each of their own roles. I enjoyed watching both dub and sub. Now as for whether they're being paid well or not, that is a part that you and I don't know, but you can tell that they are having fun with their roles.
Huh? Yeah, that's not happening.
Boo. Oh, you're no fun. Anyway, what do you think I should do about the situation?
Oh, well, for starters, you can take life seriously.
Yes, I can.
私は相沢友は女の子だ
ありがとう。相沢さんは優しいね。
結婚ならもうしたよ。3回くらい。女の子。
Now before anyone jumps to conclusion and start typing down in the comments, fun fact, Yamaki has voiced both dub and sub of Carlo Olotson. That's why it got dub and sub at the same time. Firstly, you're somehow right, sort of. I checked out the roles that she voiced and all of those roles she didn't voice both dub and sub, so that proves the fact wrong. Having a voice actor who can voice both dub and sub is great, but it has never been used that much in many industries, so there has to be a better explanation than that. But first, for those who aren't familiar with the anime Tomo-chan is a girl, here's a brief overview about it, but feel free to skip this part, and also I'm going to spoil a bit, so you might want to watch out at this part if you don't want to get spoiled. Tomo-chan is a girl is about a tomboy high schooler who is in love with a childhood friend, but when she tried to confess her feelings to him, she got bros on. Her childhood friend Junichiro views her as a boy and treats her as a boy. therefore her attempt is to make him reciprocate her feelings. The portrayal of Tomo-chan as a tomboy in this series is a significant aspect that is worth noting. Her character defies the traditional gender norms by exhibiting behaviors that are typically associated with boys. The only difference, she is a girl, and that's it. From her dressing style and how she acts around the boys, it's quite easy to forget that she is a girl. Even the boys are always excited to have her as part of their team.
So, for certain unnamed reasons, Aizawa will join the boys' team this year. I trust she'll make an excellent addition to the dodgeball group and make you all proud.
Want to challenge her into a fight? She's definitely in it.
Huh? What's in here? Is this a threat? Yo! What's up? What kind of idiot picks a random fight with me?
If you're up against her in any matches, you should be scared. Chances are she will break you. In her perspective, any kind of arguments are solved by fist fight, and I can see why most of the girls are afraid of her. Also, the parents in this show are nice and supportive in their own way. I couldn't find any reason to hate them, especially Tomo-chan's mom. She is wild. Now, I'd love to make a separate video dedicated about this anime and why you should watch it, but unfortunately I can't do that. I will explain it at the end of the video. But in general, I highly recommend this anime to anyone else who loves a good romantic comedy. In my opinion, it's even better than this Rent a Girlfriend, and I stand by it, even if any one of you disagrees with me. The show has everything you could want. It starts off with a classic Brother scenario in the first episode, ends with both main characters confessing their feelings to each other and even sharing a kiss. It's just so refreshing to see a show that doesn't drag out the romantic tension for multiple seasons just to make the audience for money. Overall, Tomo-chan is a girl is a complete package that delivers a satisfying story with a great ending. 10 out of 10, I enjoyed it. Aside from the enjoyable content, what truly piqued my curiosity is how a relatively unknown anime like Tomo-chan is a girl could receive such high quality dub and sub release on the same day. It's not a common practice in the industry, and I couldn't help but wonder why this show received such a special treatment, while other shows like Attack on Titan, Dr. Stone, High Card, Demon Slayer, and many other good ones didn't get that kind of treatment. And yes, I know that some shows will get dubbed in the very end, but more patience is usually required, and some will never get it at all. This led me to search for information online, but unfortunately I found nothing that would give me a clear answer to why a show like this would get a special treatment like that. However, despite the lack of information, I couldn't shake off the feeling that this could be a deliberate experiment by the big players in the industry. What if they wanted to test the water and see if they could produce and release both dub and sub at the same time, and choose Tomo-chan as a girl as a test subject? It's just a hypothesis, but it's a possibility that is worth considering given the current state of the industry. If you look at the benefit of it from a business perspective, companies can experiment this as a marketing strategy and see if it positively impacts their sales from the show itself and merchandise. Having both dub and sub can attract viewers who prefer one format over the other. At the same time, the studio can attract both types of viewers. The dubbed version can be more appealing to casual viewers who may not be as invested in the anime or the Japanese culture, while the subbed version can be more appealing to hardcore fans who want to experience the original language and the nuisance of the dialogue. Additionally, another reason is to reach international audience. By releasing a dubbed version at the same time as the sub, it allows the anime to be more easily accessible to viewers who may not be familiar with Japanese language or culture. This can help increase the show's popularity as it can reach wider audience. Now, this may not be the best or 100% accurate, but you can still tell that the show's popularity is still steady, while other shows have fallen off in the past 90 days. If you also look at the popularity of the winter anime in 2023, at the first week of winter, the anime got higher votes than My Hero Academia and still managed to stay at the top after 13 weeks of the winter. Now, when you put all the pieces of the puzzles together, it all makes sense why it got dubbed and sub at the same day. This show is just an experiment. I feel like the companies which are behind the production of these shows were like, hey, let's take a gamble on this show and see how it performs and impact ourselves, and they all agreed to take the risk even though the costs are much higher for the production of both dub and sub. Now, to whether the show is a success or not, that part I cannot tell, because without access to the data about the show's production cost and revenue, it's difficult to tell if the show was a success or not. However, if the show exceeds the expectation, it's likely that the studio will continue to produce more shows with high quality of both dub and sub option on the same day, catering both sides of the anime community. Then if other company were to see the success of this formula, it's likely they would copy it, resulting in more shows being dubbed and subtitled on the same day. While this could create more competition, it could also lead to a potential decrease in quality, as some companies may prioritize quantity over quality. However, it's difficult to predict the exact outcome of this scenario, as there are many things that come into play. Anyway, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Also, feel free to leave your thoughts and comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts about this. Now, for those who still want to see more videos like this, I'm sorry I cannot post here frequently. There are so many reasons why I can't, but I'll try to keep it as short as possible. I have 3 channels and each of them I cover a lot of different topics that I'm passionate about. As for this channel, I just want to post anything I want to whenever I feel like it. For both of these channels, I have a lot of ideas that I want to cover, but unfortunately, time is really not on my side. So I'm currently testing on ideas that will work on any of these channels in order for me to reach my main goals. Who knows, maybe this video will get more views and subs, or it will end up like the rest of the videos in my other channels. However, if you guys would like to see more videos like this, I would greatly appreciate your support. Your sponsorship means I'll prioritize this channel over the other. My primary goal is to reach 1000 subscribers, but ultimately I'm aiming for this. And I can only do that with high quality content and hope for the best that YouTube will eventually acknowledge my presence on this platform. So yeah, if you are interested in sponsoring my videos, visit the link provided or scan the QR code. Any amount is appreciated, and please don't forget to mention the channel that you're from so that I can thank you properly. You can also add any topics for me to talk about, either long form or short form, but I doubt that your ideas are stronger than mine. Lastly, for some dumb reason YouTube doesn't allow me to post a link in the description. I don't know why, but I just hope it works out in the end. Anyway, bye for now. Have a lovely day.